Peace, y'all, and welcome to A Breath Back to Self Yoga. My name is Latifa, and I'm going to join you on our mats in easy seated pose. This is with our legs cross-legged or in any way that you see fit. We're going to relax our shoulders down and away from our ears, lengthen our spine, and pull through the top of our crown. As we arrive here, let's just breathe. Let's find our own pace and listen to ourselves throughout this practice. This is an all levels practice, opening both our hearts and our hips. Now we're going to go into some cat and cows, inhaling as we open up our chest towards the sky, lifting our chin up, and then exhaling, we're going to round our spine and drop our chin towards our chest, and then inhale to open back up in our cow pose. Exhale, we round it in our cat. Continue to inhale and exhale, opening up and closing in with your own pace. I encourage you all to listen to yourself throughout this practice. Come out of any shape that does not feel right to you. And also breathe. We are here to breathe. Now let's take some circles going in our right direction, being very fluid with our movement. We inhale it forward, exhale it back. Then let's go in the other direction, taking some circles to the left now. We overcome, we overcame, we conquered. Let's take some circles now. Find some stillness in your movement. Just get your shoulders engaged. And then inhale, raise your palms up to touch. Exhale, twist towards your right. So our left palm is on our outer right knee, and our right palm is behind us. Our spine is still lengthened, and we're gazing where we find most comfort, either straight ahead or over towards your right shoulder. And we breathe. Inhale, back to center, palms overhead. Exhale, twist now towards your left. I know I'm not mirroring y'all, but our right palm is on our outer left knee. Our left palm is behind us. And we are breathing, gazing where we find most comfort, breathing in a way that feels most comfortable and truest to us. We are right where we need to be. Inhale, palms up, back towards center, palms to touch. Exhale, palms at heart center. Okay, y'all, from here we're gonna come up through our table pose into our very first child's pose. You can bring your big toes together and widen your knees as far as you like. Melt your heart down. Forehead is on the mat. Our forearms are extended. Our spine is still nice and lengthened. We are now opening both our hips and our heart in this moment. I love this pose. from here, let's extend our left arm underneath our right, coming up into thread the needle. Our left ear now and our left shoulder are both on the mat, and we're looking over towards our right with our right arm extended overhead. Just as we are, in child's pose, just here with thread the needle. Again, do what only feels most comfortable and truest to you, and be sure to listen to your body. And then we're going to come out of that and thread our right arm now underneath our left, still in the same position. Right ear and right shoulder are on our mat, left arm extended. We are breathing here. And then let's come out of that, pushing up into our table pose. Our knees are aligned with our hips. Our palms are aligned underneath our elbows and shoulders. And from here, we're going to step our right foot up in between our palms at the top of the mat, coming into a low lunge here. Keep that right knee nice and aligned with that right ankle. And if you're feeling comfortable, if you want to, you can extend your arms up overhead. If not, you can keep them down on the ground. As long as you are breathing, make sure we are breathing in a way that feels most comfortable and truest to us. We can drop our palms now behind our back and just open up our heart. Grasp your hands, open up your heart, your chin towards the sky, and make sure that you are still breathing, still alive. Then we'll come back through to center and walk our palms over to the left. So our right leg is exactly as it was in our low lunge. We're just going to pivot our left leg and foot over to the longer edge of our mat and press that right hip open, placing your left palm on your left hip, and just breathe here. We're just deepening our stretch a little more. Have that kickstand on your left side. Then go ahead and straighten that right leg out. Lightly drop your right palm on your right leg. Bring your left arm up and over to our gate pose. Again, doing what feels most comfortable and truest to you, and making sure that you breathe. You can look up towards the sky. Exhale, we come out of that back towards the top of our mat. Bring that left leg back as it was in our low lunge. Send the right leg to meet the left, and we're going to immediately do this on the left side. Stepping that left leg up in our low lunge. Left knee is aligned with your left ankle. You can keep your palms down here on the ground, making sure that you breathe. We overcome, we overcame, we conquered. Then now let's reach up, palms facing each other, overhead. Keeping that left knee bent. Exhale, drop your arms behind your back. Grab a hold of those fists. Lift your heart, lift your chin, open your chest up. Go ahead and drop those palms. Frame the left foot and walk your palms over to the right side of the mat. Kickstand that right leg to the left side of your mat. Open up that left knee, coming here in a kickstand, just opening up that left hip, placing our right palm on our right hip, keeping that left knee nice and aligned with that left ankle, and breathing here. Go ahead and extend that left leg. Coming into that gate pose, our left palm is gently on our left leg. Right arm reaches up and over. Open up that heart towards the sky. Continue to breathe. Let's frame our left foot, coming back through to our table pose, aligning our hips and our palms underneath our shoulders. We'll inhale here, drop your belly, raise your gaze and your tailbone up in your cow. Exhale, round and contract in your cat. Inhale to open up, then exhale to drop your chin towards your chest. Inhale, we open up. Exhale, we round. Let's find some stillness in our movement. Tuck our toes and lift our hips up and back to our very first downward facing dog. Keep your spine nice and lengthened here. Maybe your heels touch the ground, maybe they don't. Just keep your hips lifted up and spine lengthened. Then we're going to look up towards the top of our mat. Exhale, we walk towards the top, inhaling to our halfway lift, flat back, and then exhaling to the forward fold. Let's slowly begin to root to rise, coming up into our Tadasana, our mountain pose. Our shoulders are relaxed down and away from our ears, our palms are shining forward, and our chin is parallel to the ground. Let's just breathe here as we arrive here in this moment. We overcome, we overcame, we conquered. Let's take sun salutation A. We inhale, our arms rise, palms to touch. We exhale, dive it down into our forward fold. Let's inhale for a halfway lift, flat back. Plant the palms, step it back into our high plank. We exhale, lower halfway or all the way, coming up into your upward dog or your cobra. Lift the hips, untuck the toes, go back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, our right leg rises. Bend your knee and open your hip before stepping it through towards the top of your mat. Align your right knee with your right ankle and come up into your warrior one. Our left foot is at about a 45-degree angle here. Let's drop our arms behind us, grab a hold of our palms, and just open our heart towards the sky. Breathe here. We have arrived. We're using this as a transition into humble warrior. You can drop your right shoulder over the top of your right thigh and drop your crown towards your mat and raise your palms overhead. Do this if it feels comfortable and true to you, and please breathe. From here, let's drop our palms and straighten our right foot until we come into our intense side stretch. You can keep your palms on your mat, or you can grab a hold of your ankle or your calves. Do what feels most comfortable and truest to you here. Making sure that you breathe. Let's bend into that right knee, coming into our lunge and stepping our right foot back to meet the left in our downward facing dog. Breathe here. Let's do it on the other side. From here, we're going to inhale and our left leg rises, bend the knee, open it up, and then step our left foot through towards the top of our mat, coming up into our warrior one as we did before. From here, we're going to interlace our palms behind us, shrugging those shoulders down, opening up our heart here, making sure that we breathe, either staying here or if you'd like to come into that humbled warrior, aligning that left shoulder with that left eye, raising our palms overhead and continuing to breathe. We overcome, we overcame, we conquered. We drop our palms down and frame our left foot and straighten our left leg in our intense side stretch, keeping your palms down on the mat or bringing it up to your ankles or your calves, and making sure that we breathe. We'll bend into that left knee, come into our lunge. Breathe here before sending that left leg back to meet the right. Breathe in here and we take our flow, lowering halfway or all the way, coming up into that upward dog or cobra, sending our hips up and back through to our downward facing dog. Breathe here, y'all. We did it. We're going to drop down to our knees, bring our big toes to touch, and come into our child's pose. You can extend your arms out in front of you. Our forehead is on the ground. Our hips are nice and open. Our heart is here, present. You can maybe bring the palms to touch and come into a reverse prayer as well. Just make sure that you breathe here. We overcome, we overcame, we conquered. We're going to extend our arms out long and walk our palms over to the right side of our mat. We'll feel this stretch along our left side body. Still breathing. Lift up, walk your palms through to center and over to the left. We drop our forehead. We continue to breathe. Let's come back through to center and push up to sitting on our ankles. This is just a transition to extending our legs out in front of us. And from here, we're going to come into a twist now, taking our right foot and crossing it over towards our left leg. Now you wrap your left arm around your right knee and extend your right palm behind you. Keep your spine nice and lengthened and gaze either straight ahead or over your shoulder. Stay here if you like, or you can bend that left leg and twist here and continue to breathe. We overcome, we overcame, we conquered. from here, let's re-extend our legs out front and do the same thing on the other side. We're going to now step our left foot over the top of our right thigh and grab a hold of our left knee with our right elbow and our right forearm. Extend that left arm behind you, keeping your spine nice and lengthened, either looking over your shoulder or straight ahead, gazing where you find most comfort, and just breathing here. You can stay here, or you can wrap that right leg behind you. We overcome, we overcame, we conquered. Please, if you have more time on your mat, come out of this pose and take your Shavasana. If not, please join me in an easy seat as we did at the start of our practice. We're going to inhale our arms overhead, palms to touch, and exhale our palms at heart center. Thank you all so much for joining me here at A Breath Back to Self Yoga. If you all enjoyed this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I will greatly appreciate it. I look forward to flowing with you all again soon. I love you, I love you, I love you all, and peace.